Yo, what's good, YouTube? What's good? I gotta make a video here to all the right to travel, sovereign gurus, whatever, that kind of fell off the face of the earth right now, right in the middle of the majority of people doing this. Now, when this started, when this really got viral about 2 to 4 years ago, right? It's been kind of growing the last decade, but massively viral. Everybody was tons of videos that are still up there with no views of people talking about this is what you gotta do. You gotta go here. You gotta go there. You gotta go to the IRS and do this paperwork. And bro, I've been without a license because you don't need a license. And I turned in my license 10 years ago. Right, let it expire 10 years ago and turned it in after that. Um, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hear that shit don't even matter anymore. I'm trying to hear like what happened. My car's been impounded for months. Nothing I'm doing is getting it back at the lower court, so federal lawsuit that I immediately tried to file was dismissed under the Title 18 because of sovereign citizen rhetoric is what the judge or whatever that's what they sent me in the mail. So then I refiled under 83, and they've been trying to stall me ever since. And they added the next one when the next department back where I'm at found out and just kept harassing me and said, "We're going to charge you every time we see you." And then most of the cops saying otherwise. Like a few cops are like, "We're gonna bother you," and then the majority's like, "I don't care. It's not that big of a deal," but somebody's gonna be pissed. So yeah, I get we have the right to travel. I get that this is an important thing that nobody's actually taking serious. We should all be doing this together, even though we are out here in every county and winning, according to that Florida sheriff, Broward County or whatever. They shot the wrong sovereign they were looking for. But anyway, that's nationals. That's the most popular thing. Everybody's been kind of, they tried to kill and buy off Tanala Downing and others. All that shit, I get it, but nobody's doing it. We're not gonna have a mass exodus of people doing this shit if we don't have it all down with the results. Yeah, 6 months later, the lower courts dismiss. I'm doing it at Cherokee Nation, which they try to act like they're much different. The paperwork says they're the same. So oh shit. That's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this lawsuit perfected. I think when I added Sequoia County, the county here, and all the other tow company on the bike after the car, because let me tell you, didn't do nothing. Been traveling for months in this 2016, whatever it is, 14, whatever, Ford Explorer. Just got it off my mom, signed the back of the title, and, was waiting on, or the certificate of title, was waiting on a clear title. Gave her the money. She's supposed to, oh, I'm going to get a card. I'm going to get a card. I'm going to get a card. Stalling, sitting around sleeping all day. And when we could have just drove up to the bank and got her a new debit card. Something else was going on that they didn't want to tell me about because they wouldn't take me to go get a car on my own. They had to sell me that one knowing that I'm probably going to lose it and impound here, getting tied up in court. But I'm doing it to prove a point that they're stealing property for any reason whatsoever, not because in according with any laws, regulations, like a set guideline. It's just whenever they feel like it, step out the car, we're impounding it. What? I don't like how you said that. Step out the car, so that's why we do this. But, no offense to my family for being sheep bootlickers, not understanding how important this is, how we're almost all dead, the wildlife, everything. But no, so all y'all that are still out here preaching this crap, I can name names, the old man in the van with the glasses. I've talked to a lot of y'all, a lot of the bigwigs out here that had answers, and now it's like, oh, you just got to go to the IRS and fill out. Nigga, my car, the impound, where y'all at? Where's the paperwork for the Title 42 company? Finally, dude sends me the shit. Dude that claims that he's got results that keeps bragging about it while he's drunk. Like, come on, people, you just got to do it, man. And he's got one of those kind of like California hippie voices, and of course, California, Arizona, wherever he's from. Come on, man. You got to do it, man. Like an alcoholic former hippie. Like, you get what I'm saying. I'm not trying to diss nobody, but damn, we're at the most viral it's ever been. The most people doing parts of this somewhere, if not the whole thing, right? They're taking part of this stuff to either prevent them from stealing their house, their car, the repo man, to try to save what they got going so they don't look like less of a person socially, right? They're doing anything. People are doing this shit to beat court cases, to stop local corruption. They've researched this crap to the point that it's like being debated now at the state level. They are removing. Actually, the DOJ announced in February 2025. Just let's confirm what's real and what's like being verified. The Chevron Administrative Procedures Act gone, or Chevron especially, overturned. Then you had in 2025 here, last February, the DOJ said that the administrative law judges are unconstitutional. They're not exempt, no longer exempt from removal. They had protection because we didn't have real judges. We passed everything. This was temporary, right? Well, and then it said the Bar Association is also under litigation, like, or suit, or whatever, and that you government officials, government departments are no longer allowed to participate in bar activities. All chair meetings their balls, or the Bar Association ball and all that, or whatever they call that shit, the dinners, the meetings. They're not allowed to. So that happened. Now fast forward, we're about a year later from that. Other stuff has happened. Let's see. The legislators all across the country, state legislators, are looking for bar association alternatives. So we did something. Now we got to capitalize on it, or we'll go right back to how it was. Kind of like JFK, how they repealed Executive Order 01010101 right afterward. Ford or whoever got in right after. Removed that shit. Repealed that shit. Sundown. So they're going to sundown this information and try to act like they didn't do anything or went behind it and went using it against us. But no, I think they're just going to, they're going to whack people. They're going to have a bunch of weird stuff like ICE, a bunch of different shocking stuff to divide people. And we're going to be so scared and distracted from doing this. Like, hey, wait a minute. You owe us this money. We should be able to buy whatever we want from any business and commerce because of this account, what I'm saying, that you've been trading us like stock. It's like, it's not even about the money and it being able to buy like everyone else. It's the fact that, we're being traded like cattle. We all should have the right to have Lambos or to have a farmhouse and live off the land. All that seems to be expensive. Something you pay for a lot of money, but over time that you can't pay all in one deal and say, here you go. Oh, but when my grandpa was a kid, when my grandparents were kids, yeah, one man provided for 7 people, the wife, a few family members, right? Because you gotta buy family member stuff and gift. And not to mention all of their friends that would stay over, had to live there for a few months, stay the night on the weekends, whatever. This was the 50s and 60s when when shit's popping and commercialized toys. Every kid's gotta have a new toy. I want a bike, Dad. I want this board game, Dad. Let's get a Nintendo, Dad. Right? The pinball machines are where it's at. What's a Nintendo? And now we got all these fucking cheap $30 tablets. Walmart.com. You know what I'm saying? But look, let's see what else has happened. The Bar Association. Oh, KERA. I guess I'd start showing receipts. KERA. Texas. I don't even need to do that. Texas removing bar oversight of law schools. Oh, we need the bar, but it's not a license. There's no call license department. They just get this certificate. They all flounder when you call your county's bar association. Hey, wait a minute. Where's the license? Oh, what the hell? Leave me alone. I don't even need to put KERA, but that's the news that put it. Like straight. Oh shit! It's not big because I shrinked it. There we go. Right there, folks. Ooh. I'm tripping. I don't know what I'm talking about. What is he saying? This is the time that we gather and rally all the troops. We get behind our ego aside, folks, and this idea that, oh, I just want to be famous and try to, everybody's low key trying to make money off people, selling courses, classes, one-on-ones, and then trying to make money as being a viral influencer doing this. They get into this Andrew Tate style. All right, this is what you got to do. You got to break the matrix by doing this shit. All right, we're trying it. They're all laughing and kicking us out and arresting us, right? For what you're telling. It's like, come on, man. It's like nobody's buying what you're selling. Andrew Tate's hat, nobody's buying what you're selling. So, you know what I'm saying? Like the way that you're doing it. Now's your, well, okay. So, because what y'all were selling wasn't working, right? Or at least they were stalling us. I agree. Everybody just kind of gave up and went back to the drawing board. But all y'all that's made a fucking video that's sharing shit or rambling in the comments to fill up the comments on all these sovereign or consumer law videos need to be fucking doing shit together and organizing and going to the road with all the dealerships in your town and say, yo, what the fuck's going on here? And just protest outside. And then when dealership people, because they're going to be, what's going on here? Did we do something wrong? Or somebody here a crook or a PD or whatever? Like, nah, bro, just for decades y'all lied to us. It turns out we got it confirmed here on the paperwork that our social security number is able to buy everything, is be able to buy whatever on the lot without denials. That denials of credit extensions are illegal, and adding a retail installment contract separate is illegal. You know, we should be doing this shit. This is the most, you know what I'm saying? We had the list and the cars and the countrywide and the without recourse was kicking off. People were doing it, and then what happened? A few false flags, a bunch of weird shit. Is Trump going to save the day? People still want someone to do it for them and save the day. I think we work together and do it together. No, it's like doing it for them. How about we learn together? I'm researching shit, but I ain't getting nowhere. I go to a dealership, they laugh at me. They keep they keep calling me back now. Every few weeks, every month, like, yo, you still want to do it the regular way? We can try to go run that credit again. We'll take something down, like a trade-in or a down payment. They just start, they reset and start robotically, like, like you're talking to the robot before the AI, and it's like, well, I'm sorry, I don't understand. All I can do is this. These are your options. No, nigga, the law says, I'm sorry, I did not get that. Every time they call you back. So, this is what we're doing. We've made a move. With so many people's doing this, it's been debated at the highest level. They know, especially after the Chevron deal, when they interviewed, hold on, when they interviewed the head of the EPA on Chevron, was not expecting, that black man was not expecting to be cooked by her lady, you know what I'm saying, by her lady co-worker, counterpart, what do you call it, you know what I'm saying? Not legislative authorized Chevron. See if I can find that clip. I forgot about that clip. Hang on, EPA grill Chevron committee. Come on, the girl interviewing him. There we go.
I just built a budgeting app with Base 44.
Nina just built an app.
So we can all build apps now?
I'm on lunch.
I gotta make a call.
I'll be right back.
Office.
Just built an inventory tracker.
Protein calculator.
Bookshare an app!
Profesor de español.
Not sponsored by this fucking bullshit. There we go. Slowly but surely.
No.
Will you
We're
be
not. Bobert from Colorado for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Administrator Regan, is it true that the EPA has never obtained formal authorization legislation?
All of these three, three-letter agencies, by the way. Let's just try not to, I'm gonna mute my mic so it doesn't double over. All of these agencies, by the way. Listen to what she says. All of these agencies, by the way.
True that the EPA.
5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Administrator Regan, is it true that the EPA has never obtained formal authorization legislation from Congress?
I'm sorry?
Is it true that the EPA has never obtained formal legislation, authorization legislation from Congress? It's never been authorized by Congress.
EPA is not authorized by Congress?
I'm asking you.
I thought.
I don't think any of them meet that requirement in law. I don't think any, what I'm saying? It's like bullshit, it's like, and he's just shocked. He's like, just watch how shocked he is. He's like, oh, you mean the EPA is not? Fuck no. None of these three-letter agents, even the Department of Wildlife here in Oklahoma, right? Here in Oklahoma, the Department of motherfucking Wildlife, my guy. What is that? Well, you Google it, and I don't want to do everything here right now, but it comes up to the Department of Wildlife regulations are underneath the Oklahoma Administrative Code. / this, / that, subpart this, and then you get the Department of Wildlife regulations, tailwater regulations, whatever. Oklahoma Administrative Code. Again, they're assuming that everybody's doing some sort of commercial hunting and fishing. You got a truck that's registered, you got a driver's license like you're doing commerce, and you're out there with a driver's license and a boating license fishing. But you're going to tell me that you got a license. A license means to do commerce, like any kind of license. It's business related, like a CDL. Well, I mean, that's for this class over this class. There's different types of, you know what I'm saying? The standard driver license allows you to do commercial acts like pizza delivery, Uber, etc. That's how Uber gets away with it. Everybody asks you, well, how does Uber get away with not having to have a taxi driver? Why did the taxi drivers beat up Peter Griffin? Well, that's because they acknowledged in court, okay, well, this is commercial. Well, then by that definition, I should be able to make Uber. And regular licensed people that have their license and it's valid should be able to be an Uber driver. But my brother doing DoorDash got a ticket for his license being expired. It expired the day or two before, dumbass. And they would not let him or win the appeal to go back to being a DoorDash. So they're very strict about it. Any reason you lose your license or expired, suspended, you're not taking care of that, they might see you as a threat or a potential criminal or someone to get speeding tickets, traffic tickets all the time and suspended. Which is bullshit. We got cops policing for profit. But anyway, that's all I'm saying. All these agencies, Southall PD, SPD, Southall Police Department, Sequoia County Sheriff, They're all administratively, whatever. But let's get back to but yeah, real quick. You can see it right here. The Supreme Court finalized a rule becoming first U.S. state to remove the American Bar Association as mandatory credit for law schools. Court will not, forgot that I was trying to talk about this too. The court will now directly oversee law school compliance for bar eligibility. What does that mean? I mean, so now it's like, so before you like had to get the bar or to even practice law, you had to go to a credit school. Well, if you're not practicing, none of that matters. But yeah, that changes everything. And it just shows the fact that the ABA had too much. There were too much shit going on, right? Just want to clarify. But they're just like the DEA, all this shit. Let's get this as one example. Let me go back to the video. I'm sorry. Let me mute up here.
It's never been authorized by Congress.
EPA is not
Let me mute up here.
authorized by Congress?
I'm asking you.
I thought EPA was authorized by Congress.
Well, the EPA is not. The EPA has never been formally authorized by Congress. However, this agency has imposed over $1.3 trillion in regulatory costs since the Biden regime took office. We authorize committees here in Congress to ensure that we have proper oversight and accountability in the functioning of the executive branch. And this process is extremely vital because often we see agencies abuse the separation of powers, creating rules and laws, regulations without consent of Congress. And we appropriate funds to agencies like the EPA and expect these tax dollars and this tax dollar funding to be used in accordance with the legislative priorities and comply with the oversight requirements. So, Mr. Regan, last month, the Supreme Court rightly overturned the Chevron doctrine, which the EPA relied on to support its very controversial and costly rulemakings. Since your agency has never been authorized by Congress and has since lost most legal standing, does your agency still plan to enable
Talking about muted with language like that. How is it authorized at all? You lost most of your authority, or whatever she just said. How is it most and not all of it? Think about it. The facts are in. Since we got these EPA regulations, they were all started by people that wanted eugenics to depopulate and destroy this place. And we're aware of that now. Most diesel owners tired of this shit has seen something online or heard something from somebody working in the oil, gas, construction, whatever, anything using diesel, right? If you know how diesel works and you got buddies that know how diesel works, you hear through the grapevine that this is some motherfucking bullshit. That, we got to reduce the carbon emissions. Well, all the history says the more carbon we have, right? Carbon and oxygen in the plants. We're like, I breathe out carbon, we breathe in oxygen. And they do the opposite, right? That's what they teach us. Well, that would make sense that if they're Occam's razor here, common sense, more oxygen would mean more carbon, or more carbon would mean more oxygen. It would just, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't see how that's not a thing. More plants, more carbon, historically meant more plants. More carbon meant more plants. More plants meant more carbon. Vice versa. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just a thing. We're in a terrarium. That's what happens. More plants in a terrarium, you got more stuff going on, more air. But, and so that's where it is. It's like, maybe we could survive recycling the same existing air, but other than maybe creating air, I think it's beyond like a creation thing. Yeah, I think we can do create air. I think we have the right amount of air. I think when they bust the dome in equilibrium, some of the air probably gets in the water above and boom, bubble trap. I don't know. There's the water above going for that, but like the point is, we're gonna continue to let them like, are we gonna protest outside of every wildlife office, sheriff's department? If they're sitting on the corner running traffic, they're generating revenue. Let me say that again. If they're sitting on the corner, oh, I'm running traffic. I do this every day. Yeah, you're generating like what? Like a city down the road just said for me when they fired their chief for budget or whatever, or the town leader, the people protesting, whatever. And then of course, you get this fat Karen. The small towns are a lot bigger people that are fat, lazy, crackhead, just crazy bitches sometimes. They're not always fat and lazy. I mean, fat either, but they're just lazy. They never done nothing. They've never had to work. They've had family in politics or whatever it is. They get some job down there at the city. They get some little job. Like this is women. Like we're equal, but what? You got some job where you're like a counselor or you're a clerk at the city. You sit there all day on the phone. You sit there and just take my little $100 a week on fines, my phone bill, my city cable bill, and things like that. Like that's not work, my guy. And they're out here complaining that this chief down the road got removed. Right, Chad. He got removed and fired, and the apartment's been closed for months. Well, she comes out, oh, camera, that's 14,000 a month in revenue. Holy shit! Did she just snitch on herself, and the media still puts it out? Is that not like snitching? That's like saying like, oh, I'm a non-profit radio station, right? And of course, that could be non-profit and make a shit ton, right? The rich do it all the time. So I don't think the amount would be the issue here, but the frequency of the amount, the ways that I'm getting it, if I was advertising specifically over air, my sponsors right now, I don't know if I can promote fundraisers on radio, but I know that I can. I don't think I can do call to actions, so I don't know how to. But that's what I'm saying. All this shit, not that we need to protect our community, the rule of law, because the county sheriff fills in until they get it fixed. The rule of law, this, that, and the third. Now we have to restart with people we don't know. None of that stuff. No, what she said and what was clipped was we're missing like 14,000 a month in revenue. And that's a little small town. It was like Quentin or somebody. It was like one of them small 2A, 1A, 8-man school probably. You know what I'm saying? One of them towns you blink, you miss it. All right, don't blink. We'll miss the gas station here, bro. They got good gas. Just always fly right by it because this town's all crammed into like a few hundred feet or what. Them little towns. They got a department, somehow they got like 5-10 officers and they have a little jail still. You know what I'm talking about. A little holding cell still maybe left. That's what I'm saying. Imagine what the bigger towns, they got women's, men's side, they got the whole city jail and the county jail, cops everywhere. How much they generate a month that funds the county. Oh, and think about it, officers. You guys don't even get to see that in a lot of places. That chief probably wasn't. You get bonuses and things. They divide some of it out because eventually they make a crap ton off people and they go, well, and every now and then a cop questions it morally and ethically and he gets a bonus and he's all good. So, I do agree that they probably do give more out of this revenue to the officers than what we realize and what they want to admit or what they even understand. But you have to be honest. Even if especially if they're not, oh yeah, but I'm not getting any of it. Maybe they are, but I'm not getting none of it. So it's not like I have a personal incentive to generate revenue for them. Well, are they telling you to sit out here and run traffic? Are they telling you need this many tickets a month to get every little thing that you can and escalate it into something that costs more? Well, because we're out here broke. You hear me? And nobody's doing nothing. we're winning these cases, but they're throwing us at the end and extorting the majority of everyone else that doesn't care. And they hear and see what we're doing, but they're like, I don't care. I'll just dish out the $1,000 over time. They'll let me do a payment plan. I'm not risking it, bro. What if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? Then you're stuck right there paying your damn shit. Nothing changes. It's the what's that saying? Like, like what if like it's the whatever's wager, Pascal's wager maybe? Like, Jesus, like maybe he's not real. Nothing changes then, right? How is it believing in something positive that created you that maybe not even real? Because, I think he was a person. I think Christ is everybody, is the chrism oil, is when they activate into that singular mind and the I be singular, and you go back to one. You know what I'm saying? Let me just ramble on some shit real quick. All right. The Lord and the Spirit's all telling me I'm getting off. Well, let's get back on track here. Let's hear what she says. Let's continue. But we got to go after all these people. We got to have this as evidence. We got to bring this to all the county and city council meetings so they can put their own little fake regulations against these people because it works. Like the Free Radio Santa Cruz got raided once or twice, right? Came right back eventually because the other media was lying probably, and it gave us such a diverse take on things. The Free Radio Santa Cruz got a city ordinance to be protected, and the FCC to stay out of their town, not to remove them. That's why. So the cities historically and the counties can say, no, we're not going to do the Chevron deal. We're not having these courts. We're not having these bar associations. We're not policing for profit. We're not going to pull people over for no signal, this, that, and the third, because that's stupid. If you're not paying attention, that happens all the time, and it's not the driver who didn't use a signal's fault. It's actually the person not paying attention to what's going on around them. Because sometimes shit gets out on the road because they look for every red herring to justify making money off you guys. Like, oh, speeding, you might hit somebody. But no, look, turn signal, that's a bullshit thing too. Or stuff like that. You didn't use your turn signal, you went a little too fast. Well, look, man, if shit pops off a semi out on the road and I got to dip out the way real fast, you're kind of looking down at the radio, didn't see it. That happened to us one time. This car just last minute gets out the way, and he's like in a Jeep and can probably hit it. Like a Grand Cherokee or something, I don't remember. Decade ago, right? Me and my dad, Texas Panhandle, my mom. I always laugh when shit goes down because of autism, But, dips out the way, we're right behind him, we have to hit it. It probably fucks up the car. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Right? Should that guy have used his turn signal? He didn't have time to think. They're not going to get him for that. They're getting you for that to make money. Because you might. But the ones that do it, yeah, good luck with that. You might injure somebody. No insurance? Are you going to pay for it? We know you're all broke. But if I'm broke, then why the hell would I get insurance? Think about it. It's not required. Let's see. Brain fart. I don't remember. Let's get back to what she's saying. This is your season right now. All y'all little TikTok gurus, where y'all at? Y'all got YouTube. Y'all were doing even shit out in front, what looked like in front of dealerships, or like making it look like the background was a dealership. This is what I did. I went in there and we made this shit work. Dukes. I'd be making shorts right now. I'd be doing everything right now. I have our own podcast right now. Y'all used to have some shit going on. But nobody was actually doing it. They were like, oh, what if it don't work? We're all on the fence here. I started doing it. And now it's been since May since I've seen my car. I finally get the right paperwork done. I want it written as the people that keep getting results write it, and not ChatGPT, which is regulated by the Jews, to make me some bullshit removing the sovereign crap, the crap that works, because it goes, I don't believe in that crap. I want the shit that y'all got that's worked all this time. And finally, I'm getting that months after they've done Title 42 that I got that back. And I got another thing back stating, a little differently. They said they wouldn't do anything. It's too late. It's like, all right, whatever. I'll use that as evidence to court. I'm having to learn all this shit as I go because, I'm not, no one said we had to be lawyers just to have a car, just to go to work and back. But yeah, that's where we live in. We live in a place where to work and back, we have to have lawyers. It's getting worse. They're like, oh, they're going to do this? You know what I'm saying? Hang on. Let me write this on the notes. Next, I'll play the one where where my grandma's like, oh, they're going to go after you. They're challenging y'all in court. Nope, it's just in the news with a clip from their offended sheriff. Every now and then they'll get a sheriff or a cop go, yeah, we get someone that tries to bullshit us with these questions and this. We're just going to whip y'all out the car. We ain't got time for it. Nothing about what we're doing. Nothing about it being wrong. Nothing, no legal evidence. No attorneys saying anything. They're not going over it because it would take hours to debunk everything. And they're not even debunking one topic because they can't. They're not even calling us a liar. They're not talking about the movement or the semantics of the movement. Let's go.
Rogue bureaucrats to enact unconstitutional regulations. Enable post-legal standing. Does your agency still plan to enable rogue bureaucrats to enact unconstitutional regulations?
I'm not quite sure I follow you. You're saying that
I'm saying the Chevron doctrine was overturned by the Supreme Court.
we have no
We have all of
authority.
I'm saying you've never been
Congress
authorized.
doesn't-
Wait, hold on.
Congress doesn't delegate authority for us to do the regulations and the business and the policy. So since 1970.
So the
we've been
Chevron
sitting
doctrine,
here
where you
rogue.
have created all of these rules under that have been proven to be unconstitutional.
Do the regulations and the business and the policy. So since 1970.
So the
we've been
Chevron
sitting here
doctrine, where you
rogue.
have created all of these rules under that have been
Bum, 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 bum. Wow. Sorry, I tried to get it to load here on YouTube. My Wi-Fi sucks. It's not gonna load. But you get wow. Like straight up, like what the fuck? The Congress doesn't. They always get like that when they're saying a lie. We don't have the authority. What is like? I'm gonna play stupid and ignorant to the biggest fucking thing in American law and politics right now. The biggest thing. We the people versus corrupt fucking. And she goes off. Yeah, since the 70s, we didn't need Congress as a. Hey, dumbass. Yeah, 1984, George Orwell ever read it? Like, nah, that shit, I believe Chevron was 1984. It wasn't really the 70s per se, but like, come on. This nigga. Man, I'd have loved to have been alive in the 70s and 80s. I also love being alive now. Because this shit's crazy.
70.
So the
we've been
Chevron
sitting here
doctrine, where you
rogue.
have created all of these rules under that have been proven to be unconstitutional by the Supreme Court has been overruled. So now I'm asking, are your bureaucrats still going to implement these rulemaking processes?
You do know Chevron is not just focused on EPA. So
But you are. So
Well, Bob, oh damn. I thought I was talking on me. Basically, what I said before that is if I was talking while muted. Real quick, that guy deflected and said, it's not just about EPA, it's about everything. So everything, all these courts, all these administrative law judges. But just to clarify a little bit on what I said a second ago, you know what I'm saying? Like, they get up here and go, oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We don't have any authority. First they play stupid, then they go, well, this doesn't just apply to us. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it does apply to you, and you're the EPA. Why would I talk about the court? You know what I'm saying? So until we get everybody to go, wait a minute, y'all are all unconstitutional. The bar, ALJ, and she did it here. She made a big move. I think Senator Kennedy is kind of compromised on some things. In the Kennedy curse. But he's questioned all these federal attorneys who don't even know what the Bill of Rights are. And other people have said before this change right now, this makes it different in law school. But currently and for years, decades plus, you could go past a law school, get drunk and pass that shit without learning or remembering anything. And without ever knowing what the First Amendment is, or any of the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, things like that. I don't remember what I was saying about earlier. But about this shit is cooked. He's deflecting. He literally that's not all of us. Of course it's not all of us. I think I was talking muted. Because I thought I muted it. I went back over and it was unmuted.
No, I'm asking about the EPA, and I'm asking about your rogue bureaucrats that have enacted these unconstitutional regulations. Are you going to repeal them? Are you going to continue to implement them, or are you going to stop altogether?
He's got this title. They all got titles underneath them, and they make money being quasi-government, corporations, contractors. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's what they are. That's what they're listed as. They're not government. It's quasi-government. Corporation. Right there. Each state's got a map that shows it, and it has your county courts under quasi. It's not like I'm just assuming that or based that on some text and some law here and there. It's like they even currently have it displayed like that. But notice how she says, like, straight up, like, are you going to stop? Doubling down on it again. Why would they stop? Who's told them to stop? They repealed the CHEVRON. We're nervous. But who said, where's the cease and desist to follow? It just proves that, like, it's like, if they ban cigarettes right now, it'd be an overnight Philip Morris black market. Fuck you mean? Everybody's like, lean, this and the third. Nigga, it's branded. You got walk, act, and this. And you think they're just jacking it out of hospitals and they're selling cough syrup like that. No, these pharmaceutical companies are trapping on the low. And using rappers. You've seen rappers show truckloads. Either it's all fake, or it's a lot of it's weed now. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Same people are funding that. And then she's over here like, you know what I'm saying? So the EPA is trapping on the low. No, you know what I'm saying? Why would they stop? Why would cigarettes stop? Where else are they going to get their fix? It's scientifically crafted the way it is to make the money they do. Philip Morris is going to be on the black market like pharmaceutical companies making lean and Percocets. Oh, no, they're stealing them from their grandma, and they got scripts. Everybody's got scripts, and these rappers, these niggas, these people on the street don't have scripts. The plugs ain't got scripts. They're not robbing and then flipping. Because nobody's getting prescriptions anymore. Everybody's on diets and shit. Everybody's doing the natural thing. So it's just like the elderly that are dying off from their COVID shots. Won't be there to have scripts much longer, especially if they're getting robbed. Like, stop playing with me. So let's get for real here. Like, so cigarettes, overnight black market. Alcohol, same thing happened. Everybody's like, oh, it's not a problem. They were shitting on weed heads. They didn't want weed to be legal. They still shit on me for being a weed head. But this is the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same. We didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? We were open and notorious about it even while it was illegal. That there's a black market and why it's there. We weren't fiending for it when it was dry. But you guys, this is how it's going to be. You're going to just be robbing and selling things for it. I need cigarettes. We got to go meet. You go meet your friend wherever for cigarettes. Your friend that it's like all the tobacco stores that get banned. Well, they converted to something else, right? They'll probably do something else, right? I don't know what the alternative would be to tobacco nicotine products if that got banned. But here's what would happen. They'd be trapping all their inventory on the low with approval behind the scenes. That's what I would do if I was Philip. I just caught all the people that had a contract with me, right? Or distributor, whatever, right? If you had the contract, because you can you can buy cigarettes or you can have a contract with Philip Morris, right? Type shit. You can middleman or you could have a contract, I think. I remember them saying. So you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like any of these agencies, they're going to continue to do business. I feel like the courts are going to continue to extort everybody and then call our bluff from May to now. It's January. It's been half a year plus. I'm doing this. Nobody, all of a sudden, boom, all these people that we were connected, influenced, talking about this shit, interviewing each other. Now it's like they fall off the face of the earth, like when it's crunch time. All right, you got millions of people's attention. You got your masses. You wanted people to understand, grasp that this is the only way out. This is that they made us their goy slave on all this paperwork, and there's a way out on the paperwork to show them, hey, we're aware of what you're doing. We're aware of your color of law. We've got it all down. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is what I was saying earlier. This is y'all's season. We need to unite more than ever. And quit being like, this is my channel, I do my shit, and I don't want to talk about it. It's like I see a lot of, let's see, Mansa, which I get, there's just a bunch of beggars, and a bunch of other people. Just past few months, like, oh, this is the last I'll say it, I ain't talk about it. The first one I seen do that was like he was gonna get murked or something, was Don Kalam. After he made friends with dude from Fast and Furious and got kind of a little fame off this shit, where's the whips? I'd be constantly going to dealerships. I'd be stacking up a 12-car garage like 21 Savage was supposed to do and probably can't now. You hear me? I'd be doing that motherfucking type shit. This is just like a message for y'all truthers. This is just also clarifying for the people on the fence now. Because there are a lot of people on the fence. They got massively viral. And then all the leaders and the gatekeepers, the ones that were just dropping this shit, now you gotta just help everybody. Like, I know we do different shit on our own schedules. We need to just pick a day, raid dealerships. It's gonna be the dealership day. Like, whenever they do the no credit check stuff, we'll get you in a car. We got some way, somehow. Well, I've never done nothing. I guarantee you're gonna deny me. Right? That's when you motherfucking call them on their bullshit. False advertising, We all go in there. No down payment. We'll get you in a car. when they have those sales, like at the end of the year, the beginning of the year, like right now, it's perfect. There's probably still an end of the year sale going on. I forgot all about that shit. This is what I'm getting at. So shout out to Sneeko. I made a video on it, but couldn't put it out because I just rambled too hard. But no, this is what we do. We get the list, we put it together of all these dealerships that are aware, or that I think what it was really was a list of confirmed dealerships that make the restrictive endorsements. They do a lot of that stuff where they have credit check off a credit check, which doesn't guarantee you anything, but they get money, the full value of the credit application off the credit check. If that's true, then before the transaction's done, like, you know what I'm saying? Just off that alone, off me filling out that piece of paper. If that's true, then, I forgot what I was saying. That would make sense, but, So that's what I mean. I'll play the clip. I'll quit rambling, but really, I'm just pissed that, here I am. I'm not even talking about it. I'm being humble. Just praying that God got me and guide me in the right direction. In my first time ever suing government officials, I keep adding it on as they arrest me. They just keep boom, 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 boom. I sit in jail. It's like the 5th or 6th. I don't know, bro. And honestly, I got no criminal record or nothing. But, I got the patchy beard right now. Got the stressful life. I got the fucking radio station not taking off. I got a lot of stuff to run. I ain't got the car to do it. And they probably done sold the car and everything inside. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about what all happened on here, but wasn't doing nothing. No traffic infractions. I wasn't moving. There's no license, no tag. I put the private tag on there. So I got the car. And honestly, I was just doing that until I got everything back where I could cancel the registration. Just to go through tolls and nobody cared. I go through Tulsa, Oklahoma City. It was cool. I had it set up. I bought this little $1,000 RV that I could pull behind, a little pop-up one, right? Everything worked, and I was going to use my mom's Explorer that I bought, so she got another one, right? I was going to do this. I was basically going to go down the road or go to the football games and bring all my friends and tailgate at one of the biggest D2 fields, the top 3 colleges, UCO Broncos, you see it. And now I can't. It's been months. I missed the whole football season with that. I had to take the bike or ride with the homie. That's not the same. I wanted all the homies to pile up. I have that right. I have the right to transform my private trailers. Like, we don't have to pledge our shit to be Jewish property. But that's what it is. Some Jew somewhere owns you. It's all going back to, like, if we're all registered and they're having 18 kids, all around, how do we know or not that each J in the world probably has a group of Jewish slaves that they could fucking pull off of when they die? I don't know how it works. There's something like that going on. We've seen the record, and we've got even the places you would go to hire a broker to trade for you. A lot of them don't exist anymore. Fidelity used to be like a place. Now it's a website mainly, I think. But either way, you could call brokers and they looked it up on their system, bro. And could see that the QSIP numbers or the SSN number, whatever. Just look it up, man. It says some country guy in this country owns you. Or a company. It's like, come on, man. Or it owns that birth certificate or something. Nah, they own us, bro. And that's what it is. We're the collateral for the United States dead, bro. We gotta stand up. Well, I'm just saying, it's like, damn, now's your window. It's like with the ICE protest. Now it's like the best time for Rage Against the Machine. But they're, they got old and they said, screw it, we want to be with the industry, and they ain't been shit since. They had a show. They did nothing. They should have continued to write protest songs and woke up even harder. Other than that, if you're just gonna one bad experience or someone else's bad experience, make a song and then build your identity around that song as if you're a protest. And when they cussed on TV, now they're fucking. Neil Young did the same shit. He was like kind of protesty, and then he was like, now he's like, no, you gotta get the jet or whatever he was saying. I don't remember. But anyway, I'll play the rest of this as an example, then I'll move on to the other clip. Maybe some of these other clips about this thing for the bootlickers that think we're crazy. But listen to like what I'm rambling. Write this shit down if you have to. Pause it. Rewind it a few times if you can't hear me, because my voice goes out thinking about what the hell just happened. My leg was on fire just for a second. Didn't do anything, but it felt hot. My right, my thigh. That was weird. Wearing jeans. All right, let's go.
Since it's been overturned.
Do you understand the
Typical deflection tapping. You don't understand. Do you understand what it says? Semantically, I think it means something crazy that makes no sense. Here he goes. All you Globers do that. You get cooked. By the way, this is an established fact. You know that everything seems to flat earth, whatever. You know what I mean? That's measured flat. You guys, do you know what that means? I don't think you understand the words. You don't understand words, they say. I'm in college. I got a degree. Yeah, how was that frat party, bro? Like, yeah, college is like one or two ways. It's like a No Child Left Behind like shit. You cheat to pass. Maybe three ways. You cheat to pass, or if you're an athlete that's like, oh, I got a physics degree, mate, but I play football. I'm a wide receiver, mate. We have football back here in the outback. I come here to America to play a D2 or D1 call. It's like whatever. All right. I forgot. You know what I mean? I forgot where I was going with it. My brain's tired. But it's the same deflection these Globies do. I can't even get through this. Like, damn.
And I'm asking about your rogue bureaucrats that have enacted these unconstitutional regulations. Are you going to repeal them? Are you going to continue to implement them? Or are you going to stop altogether since it's been overturned?
Do you understand the ruling?
Do you understand the ruling of the Supreme Court?
I do. And so your question is ill-formed. No.
Will you be
repealing? We're not going to stop.
So you're going to unconstitutionally continue with these
we're going to
rulemakings.
We're going to adhere to the Supreme Court and continue to
so
do
which rulemakings are you going to roll back?
We're going to adhere to the Supreme Court and continue to do our work in accordance to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court.
So which ones are you going to repeal?
The Supreme Court didn't tell us to repeal anything.
They have been deemed unconstitutional.
No.
Absolutely, they have. This was a huge victory.
Then he turns into the Looney Tunes. Let's go back and get his face. Or he's like, they haven't told us, they haven't done nothing. This tactic you hear the law enforcement all say, we're going to continue to do it until ordered. What does that mean? The Supreme Court ruled it unconstitutional. And all this is like a tree or roots branched out that all stems from Chevron allowing it. No, then it goes to no, you don't mean to say that, right? Like he's trying to play the game. Okay, this is a tough one. We're trying to just, she's trying to just get me, because Americans are waking up. This is what he's thinking. He's like, hang on, is this really? Come on, we all, no, come on, bro. Then he goes and does the next thing like Globies do. They know it's flat. They know that we're taking their careers. They know that they're not making no money with their physics degrees. They know that nobody's buying what they're selling for them to even be able to make money with their physics degrees. It's just ridiculous at this point. I'm not buying it.
To the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court.
So which
made a
ones are you
ruling.
going to repeal?
The Supreme Court didn't tell us to repeal anything.
They have been deemed unconstitutional.
No.
Absolutely, they have. This was a huge victory. And, you know, I mean, even in our appropriations bill in the House this year, the funding has been reduced by 20%. I would argue that it needs to be reduced by 100%. But in this, it's because of these radical Green New Deal policies that jeopardize domestic energy development and overload America's power grid and raise costs on American consumers and businesses. So with the EPA and these overreaching regulations, do you have any intent on working with the House majority to lower energy costs and produce more reliable and affordable energy?
If you look at our rule, we are producing reliable, affordable, diverse.
I think America's Americans' wallets would disagree with that. I mean, the Biden administration, if they continue under Obama's administrative policies, this regulatory pace for a full 8 years, the cumulative costs of this administration's rulemakings would exceed 60,000.
I think we could do it like this. She probably comes back to
dollars per household. And as you know,
but now she's deflected to like, oh yeah, you want to talk about the money and how it affects. What about the taxpayers? We're broke out here.
Biden administration reversed President Trump's successful deregulation by executive order. So the Biden regime is on pace of increasing regulatory costs at a rate of $617 billion per year in just rulemaking that we are seeing is unconstitutional.
It's just shocking. You spend so much time with our regional staff.
And then it goes to appeal to credentials, appeal to social, appeal to the club, appeal to the, appeal to community. It's like, man, this is crazy. This is awful that you would say such a damn thing about us. It's like me saying something and asking me, right to a juice. Man, I thought we were friends. It's such an awful thing to see that you would say such a thing about but this Jay bragged about it and admitted it was true. And a handful of others are admitting it now. The ones that were accused of it admitted, yeah, this is me. This is what we do. This is the Jewish culture. And it's like, I'm just saying he said that. You're saying I'm accusing him, so I'm saying he claims it himself, self-proclaimed. And then it's well, he's not Jewish, they're not religious. Like, what the fuck?
And regional administration and region 8.
What the fuck, bro? Like, hold on. Why am I overanalyzing this little clip here? But think about it, bro. Just reminding the bootlickers that tuning in are waking up now. We're on the fencers. We need you guys. We're going nuts. We need you guys. Listen to like actually study the language of these people. She's like standing on business. She ain't got time for it. This is some fucking bullshit. The planet or the plane, whatever you want to call it, is dying. We ain't got time for this fucking bullshit.
This is shocking. You spend so much time with our regional staff and regional administration and Region 8 and have such productive conversations about how we're doing things for your district and your state. And then you take this microphone and you
I've also seen the coal plants that have been decommissioned in my state.
So 100% we should not
I've seen the
exist.
energy regulations that have regulated my district into poverty.
You're spending time with my
So
staff
sure.
in
Yeah,
your
of
district.
course I am. I have oversight over your staff, and I want them to
complimenting them,
answer. I want them to
complimenting them.
provide a service for the American people.
Complimenting them
But there
about
are
the
so
partnership.
Provide a service.
much. Yes, there are some things that have been done well, but
we
not
should be
everything.
100%
When we
removed?
have $617 billion per year in rulemaking, that is absolutely absurd. When you are taking our affordable clean energy and regulating it out of existence and killing these good-paying jobs in my district, yes, I have a problem with that.
Sure, yeah.
My time has expired, and I yield.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I think that was 46 seconds over, so we'll take that. Thank you.
Mr. Raskin, if we're going to start timing people over, then you're going to have to start editing your comments on your opening statements and everything else. But I will do that.
Thank you, Ken.
All right? Chair recognizes.
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you can do whatever you want. You can have really relaxed, slow-paced stuff where you can take it easy. Or you could be on the edge of your seat, shaking, making split-second decisions. This is Eve. You know, it's a crazy universe.
Colorado.
Hey, but that gator tastes like Sorry. Grandma came in, then we got a phone call. Hang on. Let's see if I can get, like, I don't know. No. Man, that's gotta be new 4 months ago. I don't remember. I don't know, but we'll watch this.
Get out of the car.
Sovereign citizen. This is by which the law, you write your tickets. You have a ticket, you want to know the code, it's from the NRS.
Okay, I'm very, very sorry you feel that way. This white car right here, we're going to pull over for speeding 87.
Yeah, making money.
87 from 890 feet.
Look, I caught you. I get to do what I want. I caught you. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Yeah.
Hey, how are y'all? My name's Deputy Sergeant with the Sheriff's Office. Real stopped you going 87. You know the speed limit is 70?
I was just trying to go with the flow.
Okay, well, you're going faster now. Yeah. Give me just a second. I'll be right back, okay? Thank you. Pulled over for speeding. Neither one of them got a seatbelt on.
Probably going to flat. Probably was going with flow of traffic. I wasn't paying that much attention, honestly. I'm eating this sandwich. Hopefully I can hear what he's saying. I'm going to mute up here. Entertainment purposes till I remember what the hell. Till I find this video.
Their car smells like weed, so I've got another unit coming to me so we can search the vehicle. I smell perfume or something now. I think they've sprayed something. All right, ma'am. Like I said, I pulled you over for speeding. I did write you a ticket, okay? Hop out, come around back, and explain the citation to you, okay?
Okay, I don't want to get out.
I don't care. You're getting out. Your car smells like weed, and I'm going to search your car.
It's not.
It does.
No, it doesn't. I don't even smoke weed.
It smells like weed?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't smoke weed.
Okay, well, you have to get out of your car, okay?
For a citation?
Yes, ma'am.
Where's your supervisor?
My supervisor?
For one, I'm a
You're down the road?
sovereign. I'm a sovereign citizen for one.
Okay.
Don't touch me.
We get agitated because we're tired, but yeah, nobody's actually claiming sovereign citizen. Some people were at first, but most people aren't. They have to be actors. They always say that. I'm a sovereign citizen. Don't do that. That's not going to do nothing. They're going to make up whatever. Now you're obstructing. He told you to get out. The smell of weed's not enough to tell him to get out. He's showing out for TV. The court ruled. It's not enough for a search.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car, okay?
Do not touch me.
Get out of the car.
I'm a sovereign citizen. Do not touch me.
You're a sovereign citizen.
You better not touch my child.
17-year-old's an adult in the state of Georgia.
Child.
Ma'am.
This is the United States government.
Ma'am.
Because I was injected with the COVID vaccine before the pandemic started. They're targeting me. Somebody is paying. You want to know why?
Somebody's paid me?
Yeah, the government.
Yeah,
That's a new one. I took the COVID vaccine. We usually get to see their face, but not this one. Doesn't make any sense. Again, media. This looks like a Patty Mayo setup, bro. Five. I need to get my. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's where my paycheck comes from. Are you going to get out of the car?
Listen,
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
you move.
Get out of the car.
If you touch me, you don't have
Get out of the car.
If you touch me,
Get out of the car. You're under arrest. You're under arrest.
I'm getting out.
Get
Don't
up.
touch me.
You're under arrest. Get out of the car. Put your hands behind.
Public crackhead who's seen a few TikTok videos thought that was like a badge of immunity to these pigs. Oh, I'm sovereign. Oh yeah, now you can't touch me. Bow now. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. The point is, no, not even get me started. The point is, they're fucking us all over. You're probably just a triggered crackhead. You're a fat Karen. Damn, I thought it was some black chick yelling like that, but maybe it is. But either way, it's a fat Karen. Like, arena? What the fuck? Far.
Money back. You're under arrest, okay?
3181. This is a permanent attack.
All right, go back here.
You're doing this on purpose.
Go back here. Come on.
Oh my God.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're ready to record, just hit rec to capture high-quality audio.
Okay, even though she triggered, I have to agree though. It's gotta be, I mean, it kind of is a targeted attack. You sat there, you had a media crew, this is what they're doing when they're sitting there. That's what I'm telling you. They're looking for anything and everything that, and a lot of times they're judging because they know they're probably going to get favored by the county or whatever. The higher fines, because, if you don't think you're not getting paid off of it, well, used to, they could just write, just $30 down at the courthouse. I need some weed money. Back when $30 was like $100. And then they did that in the 60s. I've seen them even do that when I was a little kid. I've seen them write down, just $100. They'll write that on the ticket. Like the cop gets to decide, there's not a set amount. So you could just make it $100,000 here after COVID, post-COVID. Like, a lot of weird shit. But either way, you are kind of like, you got a media, you see, she's speeding, clearly going like 5 over, 75, 85 and a 75 maybe, or whatever they said, or 70. 5, 10 over, I don't fucking know, but any other signs like, oh yeah, she almost hit that car, she almost hit another car. Nope. Any danger or threat? She just, I clocked her going too fast. Other than this speed gun catching 10 over, I wouldn't have observed any other violation. So that was a waste of time and taxpayer dollars. But you gotta own it and justify it and gaslight the people that this is what your job is, so we don't feel like we wasted our money. And prevent more defund the police. No, I don't think defund the police. I think fire the police and replace the police with actual sovereign American nationals that are tough military veterans or former police that were fired and that become nationals, former or retired police chiefs, that want to be a sheriff, de jure, or whatever. Like, come on, bro. I don't know, we're just trolling though, but for real though.
Come over here.
That's my daughter.
Come over here.
God,
You have anything on your mental staff? You have anything on your mental staff?
they're doing this to try to ruin my reputation. The United States government
Nobody knows who you are.
with the COVID-19 vaccine before the pandemic started. They've been targeting me because of it. I have the same cells as Henrietta Lacks. They are targeting me. They're targeting me. They want to ruin our reputation. Get your hand off me.
Appreciate it. There's the weed right there. Upon initial approach of the vehicle, I smelled the odor of marijuana. We got her out. She's in custody for obstruction, not getting out of the car when I told her to. Searching the car, I did find a little bit of marijuana. My other partner's on the way back.
The nanotechnology inside you too.
The nanotechnology?
Are you a robot?
What are you talking about?
You want to know what I'm talking about? Ask your government what I'm talking about. Ask them what they're spraying on your food. Ask them what they're spraying in the air. Ask them what they're spraying on our children. Ask them what's coming. And
Valid crash out. Ah! Always a valid last minute crash out about what they're doing to us. Maybe they'll stand up and stop arresting us for that little tiny bit of weed, a red herring. There we go. It justifies my behavior. This is the dystopia. This is the utopia. This is Orwellian dream. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm tired of this fucking shit. And, you know, I'm still living it. I don't know about you, you know, I'm making money over here. You know what I'm saying? We making money over here. Huh? They don't know what we talking about. Look, you gotta accept the bill. That's all you got to do. They're fucking acting like nothing's going on. I keep sending the motherfucking coupon to AT&T. I keep calling. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta. We only take credit card. We only take card. Get me to the remote. I know what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but there ain't no. But there is. I talked to a guy that was claiming to work at the remittance. I'm trying to get a hold. There ain't no way to contact AT&T Mobility out of Illinois. That's on this coupon. That's receiving this coupon. I need to know where the fuck. Nothing. So even y'all motherfuckers that are getting paid, yeah, I collect all my motherfucking, I deposit into this checking account $1,000, I get 10 racks. They don't get it off the credit. Bullshit. All cap. And maybe they do make some valid point in law every now and then, like this shit going on, and some of the big attorneys are like, all right, there is accounts, but that's not. Stop playing with me. What are we doing here? Y'all still going to work. Y'all never done nothing. Y'all still got licenses and registrations. Yeah, I preach about me, but I don't want to get fucking this. What in the fuck is going on?
tell them that I said them because they'll never control me like they're controlling you, you robot. Tell them that. Yo, and y'all got me without my wig on. Yo.
You smiling about that, quit.
Because I don't like you. I'm not trying to make you happy.
Still not the clip that I'm looking for. It's a very recent one where the sheriff at one place.
Come on, you're under arrest as well. We're sick of you. I told you to stay.
We're tired of you. This is where I'm getting right now. They're threatening me with weapons. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to fucking Nazi Germany. You know, this is we're like the Jews. We're gonna or whoever or the Nazis because they both do this shit, right? I guess. And it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Imagine a world, you have to tell people, imagine a world where you could just be one day, black vans pull out, badge, no badge, lights, no lights, boom, step out the car, search you, then boom, get back in the car, leave, get out of here. You know, like we're in the war zone. Oh yeah, that's America because we've been in a war since 1933. But let's see, this one's on the news. I haven't seen this one. It's not the one I'm looking for. But there's so many of us that we're still out here. We shut part of the reason why Live PD got shut down. Now they're over here on Law Network as a patrol or whatever. They all mocked and mimicked a show that was formerly active. I don't think it lasted very long on True TV where they did that, and they were doing it here in Fort Smith. Well, Live PD, same people or not, rebranded, got bigger, I don't know. But yeah, that show was huge, and it was in Tulsa. So, but they were giving you the North Korea tour of policing, and we're tired of that too. Let me get this video captured. Nice. You heard me? We're tired of that. So, I don't know. Let's see what they got here. I haven't seen this one.
Come on, you're under arrest as well. We're sick of you. I told you to stay in the seat. You did not. Get out of the car.
An intense traffic stop in Missouri, not only putting the spotlight on use of force, but also an anti-government movement. This is First Alert 4 at 6. I'm Samantha Jones.
And I'm Corey Stark. The driver had an illegal plate claiming to be so-called sovereign citizens. Deion Braxton breaks down what this is and hears from an attorney who says this group is gaining traction nationwide.
Hey, driver, step on out for me. Come on, man. Just relax. Relax. No, stop. Stop. Put your hands behind your back.
Back in July, Troy, Missouri resident Andrew Minson quickly realized he isn't immune from the law in Lincoln County. Minson obtained these body cam videos and posted them on Facebook, outraged by Troy PD's use of force.
Taser, taser, taser.
In a Facebook post, the Troy Police Department said Minson was speeding and something on his car didn't look right.
There's no license plate.
Minson told First Alert 4 Wednesday, this is the license plate he had on his car. A sovereign citizen license plate used by individuals across the country.
So far, doesn't say sovereign citizen. He never said it. Let's get to the part where he says he's a sovereign citizen. Putting words in our mouth. And they keep saying that that's what we're saying. Even though that lady and a few others were saying it. He might say it. But one case where anyone with a brain that's actually doing this and researching this, and not just last minute, I'm sovereign, I want to try it. I'm actually trying to fucking research this shit. 5-10 years of like, okay, and it being viral. All right, the courts are chilling now. Five. But first off, no, where's the sovereign? I had that same Oklahoma version at first, and then I just got a private right to travel. I went everywhere. Cops would just let me go. And then I come back here where I grew up, where they don't like me, and they're always trying to make shit up. No real charges, just false stuff. Oh, weed, bullshit. Ruined my life. Over some weed? Get the fuck out of here. Now everybody smokes weed. Smells like weed here. There's a weed shop. There's like fucking 10 of them here plus.
Car, a sovereign citizen license plate used by individuals across the country who believe they are exempt from U.S. law, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Parked that car up at City Hall, right next to all the cop cars.
We're exempt to commercial law. We're exempt to all these regulations. We're exempt to taxes. We're exempt to 300 laws, 800 laws a year in my state, right? That happens every time they have an election or every year, It's like, oh, here's the new 300 to 800 laws that go in effect. You didn't know that, right? That's what they're putting right now. Well, here's 20 of them. All we have time for here on Channel 6 is 20 of what we think is the most important. 800 a year. When the Constitution, where is that in the Constitution? No, the Constitution was set. That's not pro-Constitution because you have to eventually get to where you change and regulate existing things all the time. That's why tags change every year. Motor Vehicle Theft Prevention Act says that. It's because you gotta every time you get a new, they changed the tags. They can't look like something before. That's because they changed the law. Or the regulation added, subtracted, amended to the regulation on plates here in Oklahoma. There's a federal thing on it. Look, this is what I'm getting at, bro. I'm tired of this fucking bullshit. We need to stand up now. We all need to, like, come up with a class action since we're in every county. Say, hey, look, this is what's going on. Here's our evidence. So far, we've been doing it this long viral, with cops standing down and siding with us. We have judges siding with us in a few places, but the thing is, we're wanting a rebuttal anywhere, just like Flat Earth, you know, is fact, and it's in all the, I can pull up 28,000 government Flat Earth documents, which is shutting motherfuckers down. And there's no rebuttal, no scientific fact against it. It's just, oh, well, this guy said, this guy made a claim. You don't believe these people? They're the authority. And no, we're not doing the fallacies, appeal to authority, all them motherfucking bullshits. We want some facts.
I've been behind cops. I've been in front of cops. I've had cops pass me with that on there. Nothing.
Menson said he's recently had some financial struggles, so he thought he could get by with the illegal plate.
Every other insurance company, because of the way they dropped us, went $3 grand up front, and that's that. I'm not made of money. And wait until the plates went up, and then said screw it and put those on there.
A lot of these people that are kind of fallen victim to this sovereign citizen thing, again, think that laws don't apply to them.
Local lawyer Brady Mack.
The Bar Association is panicking. Fire! They know their last resort is to target everyday working people that don't even know what's going on, that work all the time. American redneck, you know, beer drinking, rule of law. They're gonna, their kids, you know, that's what I'm dealing with. It's like, oh, Dad, but this, we're changing. This, they lied. Oh, you don't believe in the rule of law. You don't believe in the law. You don't believe in the law. It's because they've been doing something for 70 years. Well, these bar attorneys have existed making money for nothing for 70 years. And they don't want it all for nothing. So they're going to come out here and gaslight with no evidence. They're falling victim to this rhetoric. No, you're not proving this rhetoric wrong. Right? How about prove it wrong? Prove it wrong. Prove it wrong. Hey, you know. How about you prove it wrong? They never do. It's the Globy. He goes home. He's cooked, but he's going to claim a win. These damn flat earthers fall victim to this rhetoric. You see them chirping in the comments. The people that are left, they're not even big or nothing. They don't post nothing. Regular people. These damn flares feel bad. They fall victim to this rhetoric, but it's wrong. It's delusional. It's stupid. It's costing them. Well, no shit. How about the Occam's razor? In this case, that it's costing us because they're fucking policing for profit, and they've gotten the green light that anything goes. You flinch wrong, you look weird, well, you gave me a weird look, you're going to jail. I think you're up to something. Suspicion is now criminalized when the case law says it's not a crime. This post 9/11 fucking bullshit, and the constant country's always been an emergency every year. They have to make a new pandemic and a new this and a new that to put us in a physical emergency and a financial emergency all at the same time, like the Obama deal. He had to have a financial crash and build back better, or whatever the fuck he was saying. Right? You know what I'm saying? They all do that shit since like 1933 and even a few times before that, bro. They always do that shit, bro, because they have to. I forgot what I said. You know what I mean? They always crash that shit. Like, this nigga tripping, bro. He's gonna come in here and gaslight. Oh, let's go talk to a bar attorney. Even though it's on TV, law shows like Bull are pointing it out that these motherfucking community college dropouts are beating the top LA prosecutors And America's not want to hear shit that this McCainich, probably looks like a Jew, has to say. Looks like a Jewish gooner, if you want to ask me, but he's probably not. All these lawyers are buying bitches, buying pussy, or they're just top gooners. Ah! But already, you can tell that he's trying to save his career because the Bar Association is, in fact, we've shown just a few evidence, losing regulation, losing authority. Like, on paper, the court, everything, but they're violating, they're in contempt, whatever, of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court's not issuing the DOJ to do anything about it. So, I don't know. Maybe the DOJ is currently investigating it. Litigation, lawsuit, whatever, we'll see. Not enough. We already know what's going on. Why they always slow playing.
Citizen thing. Put those on there. A lot of these people that are kind of fallen victim to this sovereign citizen thing, again, think that laws don't apply to them.
Local lawyer Brady McInich has represented citizens against law enforcement before. He believes the officers involved in this case didn't do anything illegal, but he says law enforcement could have de-escalated the situation.
And I understand where a cop or a judge or anyone in law enforcement, a state's attorney, prosecuting attorney, why they might be frustrated by these groups. But again, that's where it's on us, incumbent on us, to bring them back in. Explain why they're wrong. Don't rise to, don't escalate the situation.
Court records show Menson didn't receive any citations for speeding or an illegal plate, but he admits he was in the wrong. But Troy PD went overboard by immediately arresting him without an explanation.
You should have said, hey, do you know why I pulled you over? I said, yes, sir. I don't have license on my vehicle. I don't have insurance, and I was speeding. I would have.
Tell them to slow it down and move on the way. This is America. When my grandma was a kid, tell them to slow it down. Move on the way. Or the cop was a crooked asshole. You get that every once in a while, especially being a truck driver. But most of the time, they just, if you were a regular degler, slow it down. What happened to slow it down? I want what's best for my community. Slow it down. No, you're going to make money off me. You're going to make me want to do more bad shit to make money to get bad at you. How about slow it down, pat on the back, father-like thing. And, you know what I'm saying? Write me a speeding ticket. Really? Jail for speeding? Jail for private plates? For not registering and abandoning ownership to the government or to some Jew somewhere or whatever? My whole family's pissed, bro. They don't understand what I'm doing, but I've seen this. It's viral. It's every county. And now I got other family that's waking up. Some of it because of me, but a lot of it's because it's viral on the internet. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Even though I don't talk to them, they see my shit. It's like, we got to do this. Think about it. A lot of them family that's waking up, they're like me. They had weird shit going on. I lost a store. My family all just kind of got really divided after COVID. Everything got bad. The economy got bad. Well, they all had the same shit along with divorce and everything. So it's like, fuck, this is what we got to do. It's a non-violent start to push back at these people, is we got to shut down these courts. If they're not going to get people for like wrecking into each other, running into businesses, houses, stealing, killing, and destroying the community, but they're only going to try to generate revenue on every third car probably or whatever that fails to use a turn signal. You passed that car, you didn't use a turn signal, you sped to pass them. You did the same thing, officer. And so did the other 5. It is singling out. Well, I can't get everybody. Well, then you shouldn't be able to get anyone. That's how it is. That's like in school, we couldn't bring snacks to class in elementary school unless we had enough for the whole class. I'm a broke nigga, so whatever. I fast. I just wait till lunch. Or I'd hold it in my bag and eat it in between or out in the recess. 0 fucks, right? It's like the same shit, bro. You gotta bring something for the whole class. So like, nah. Well, now we flip it over here. It's like, oh, you're gonna give out citations. Well, you gotta give out citations to the whole road because these are illegal citations. Right? I want manufacturers to be regulated to have cars that won't break and blow up. But then you get past that point to where they're just allowing cars that blow up. They were allowing Toyota's gas pedals to stick. There's still no throttle. It's still a wireless sensor in a lot of cars that go to a thing inside the motor, then it pulls the throttle. Vroom, 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 vroom. It's not an actual fucking gas pedal. You know, all this shit. I don't care, bro. It's like, you know, what are we gonna do? It's like, if it's something that, like, everybody's doing that doesn't harm nobody, no turn signals, a headlight out, a signal out, a tail light out, 2 to 5 over. I see a lot of those on the docket here in county, city. People getting arrested with that on there. Speeding 2 to 5 over. But I think they publish a lot of the tickets in the local paper. Let's see. Stuff like that. I'm like, what the fuck? They have a section on 2 to 5 over. I was told as a kid you could go 5 over. And if you went 10, a lot of them didn't care. If you were passing somebody. Not if you were just being reckless with it. But still, that ain't even shit. In Germany, they can go, like with a bike, how you can speed and lane split and just, what do you call it? Crotch rock. I mean, I don't remember what it is. There's like 3 different names. Splitting traffic. You can do that in cars in Germany and speed all around them. They got strict driver's tests. They trust their people to know that, hey, look, we're not gonna fucking, you might wreck. You wreck, we'll get your ass big time. So if you wanna fuck around, you fuck around. But when you find out, you're gonna find out if you're alive from us. Type shit, right? I'm sure I'm sure they foot the bill or throw the book, but they don't do this like, well, you know, if you step outside, you get a ticket. Well, why is that? Well, you might breathe in COVID. I might. I'm willing to take that risk. Well, we don't care. I gotta go to work. We don't care. Okay. Are you gonna pay my bills? Nope. So how am I supposed to pay rent? Figure it out. And y'all would still be like, we're gonna figure it out. Start jerking at the weirdos on the internet. I don't know, whatever it takes, right? Like, come on, bro. That's where we're at, bro. With they can just make up the law on the side of the road. They can make up regulations in court. Pass 800 laws a year. You get what I'm saying? 800 motherfucking laws a year, bro. I'm not buying it. That's what we should be standing up to. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see, what else do we got? Let's see what this guy says. He's a civil rights lawyer, or probably an attorney.
One of the most common.
Difference, but most of them, no, they're the same thing. For civil rights or human rights, like monster privileges, pretty much. So civil. If you learn the history of those words, you won't ever want a civil rights lawyer again once you start to analyze the word, what it means, and see the behaviors repeatedly played out can only do certain things. Most of them have been ordered. They've been ordered to mainly do plea deals. You try to get a court appointed or one of the rich attorneys down the road from the court. If you have money, you're going to get plea deals. So you're going to get a free plea deal or you're going to get a paid plea deal. And you know, maybe there's inexperienced, uneducated people at the pro bono, but it's the same ignorance and shit up here. That shit won't work. File it. If you try to make it, you know, a motion dismissed on these grounds or whatever it is to try to get, you see all this stuff on the internet, you see it working. A guy like this probably good. Well, let's see what he says.
One of the most common questions I get asked is, what's the deal with these sovereign citizen videos? Do these guys ever win in court? Well, here's a brand new one that just made the news out of Volusia County, Florida.
It's going to be at Howland and Catalina. It's a blue Ford truck displaying some kind of sovereign citizen looking tag. Can you start us a second, please? Post the Union Treaty. Geneva Convention neutral zone transport vehicle.
The body cam footage was released by the sheriff there, showing two people arrested after claiming essentially that laws don't apply to them because they're sovereign citizens. Is there anything to this? Take a look at the footage and then
laws don't apply to them. Well, so far, a lot of people are saying that. And we only got that one chick saying that, black chick saying that earlier in the other video. I didn't want to go on because these are just, you know, hood crash out videos. Oh, I'm sovereign. Yeah, I'm black, by the way. And these black people getting viral for teaching this shit, so I'm sovereign. Meanwhile, they're probably trafficking drugs. That goes on. That does go on. And those aren't, a lot of times, all the ones saying, I'm a sovereign citizen. Not that I'm a national. Are you a citizen or a resident? No, I'm a national. I'm born here. I'm born here. I'm a citizen. I don't know. You can be not born here and be a citizen. But we're all nationals. You can be a citizen and a national or a non-citizen national. But we're all nationals. That's what the government, federal government says. So the passport form say, like, you know, what the fuck? Then the snake company here saying, we're from the law, same shit. They're trying to say the law, it's not the law. It's a code, it's a statute, it's a regulation, statutory jurisdiction. Does not exist in the Constitution. So it's not the law. It's not the law. The law already existed before Chevron. Chevron's overturned, so all that stuff's gone. We're more viral than ever because, we watched that happen in real time. People said, oh shit, that's after they doing all their shit, after the David Strait thing with Trump, after all these, come on, David Strait, Donald Trump, getting stuff removed from the corporate, and then Trump ended up getting compromised by the Jews, but ended up being a Jew the whole time. With Epstein, they're like, it's like we're on the iceberg, we're at the tip of it now about it. Oh, it's just these Zions. No, it's all the Jays are like this. Trump's like this because he's converted or he is a Jay. It's their way of life to be a creepy, lying, pedo, gaslighting, I'm the best but the worst. That's Jew talk. I'm tired of it. No, it's just these people. Like, I'm tired of the what was that dude's name? I played it last night. BLP Kosher's Hourglass. They're saying my people are animalistic. The people in power they're talking about, they ain't religious. No, they are religious. That's the thing. Y'all guys say, oh, the Talmud. No, it's Kabbalah. Y'all stole our shit. You made this satanic Talmud that most Jews do. But then there's the Kabbalah when you're like, oh yeah, but I'm all good because I know the Kabbalah. I can do whatever and then come back to the light type shit. Hell no. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And most of these attorneys and cops you're talking to are Jewish. They keep repeating the same thing, the same phrase, the same script. You can almost put it together like the news when they all repeat the same shit and they stack it. And it's like, how and you know what I'm saying? Y'all do the same shit. They go to the bar. They go, oh, yeah, I'm a civil rights attorney. Look, I went to school. I got my degree. And yeah, I love this. I'm not going to let these dropouts cook me. No, we can learn too, bro. It's mimicking. Nobody's smarter than anybody. You're one to defend the fucking fake IQ. There is no IQ. There's poisoned autistic people that can't, that are full on partial, and a lot of them are smarter in some spots, the partial ones. But either way, what it is it's blocking the real smart, the one, whatever, the ones that learning quick. I don't believe in IQ. I feel we all can learn shit, but some are lazier than others because society makes us lazy. It's what the fuck going on. So you guys want to be on y'all's high horse with your bar, but it's really treason and people have thrown that shit away and come out and spoke out against it. I've watched this whole movement the last 5 years, maybe almost 10. And I've looked every fucking clip and avenue and testimony I can. More people have come out, bro. Judges have come out. Tired of this, like, they don't want, they believe they're exempt from the law. How about look what we actually have evidence of and believe, buddy? And stop just saying a phrase that triggers old veteran 40, 50, 70, these people are stupid. Throw them to jail, lock them up. Bootlicker, you're all America, but you're like being a bootlicker right now. Lock them up. Get them out of here. My kid's doing that now. Lock him up. Show him the book, Judge. Hey, he's standing up for you, Dad. You know what I mean? Like, he's standing up for all y'all. Because we're becoming a police state. They could just stop anybody. They're making money off us. Policing for profit. You'll just pay them. I was just paying them. I'm done. Don't have to do it. It's illegal. The court ruled it's illegal. We got to stand on it or they're just going to keep doing business as usual. They won't never understand. So it's like, look, this what's going on. Look, this dumbass. Come on, he looks like Tracks NYC from Timu or something. He's got the same, similar, like, I don't know. Maybe not. Am I tripping?
And I'll answer that question with some applicable case law citations.
You know what the flag upside down means?
No.
It's a sign of distress. Hey boss, how you doing? Not too bad. Deputy at the sheriff's office.
According to the media report, which I'll link at the blog post linked below, it started when deputies pulled a man over because of a strange-looking license plate. Body cam video shows the driver speaking with a woman on the phone while handing the deputy a stack of papers instead of a driver's license. After the suspect, identified as Destry Wogerman, is put in handcuffs, the woman whom he was on the phone with rolls up. It ends with Laurelyn Nabozny's window getting broken, and she gets arrested too. Destry Wogerman was arrested for driving without a
So they get to damage 2 cars, property, and ruin 2 taxpaying people's lives. Taxpaying or not. People that work, people that have a car, obviously because they work. They have to provide for a family, all because of this plate. All because of no license. She comes in, ready, probably triggered, filming, saying, sir, look, this is what's going on. Not looking at any of his citations, any of his paperwork. She knows how he just hands him paperwork, but he won't ever describe what the paperwork is. Again, I've never seen this one too. It came up. So let's see what this guy has to say. You can rewind it. I literally just scrolled and looked in the suggestions and popped it in another tab. But watch. He won't read it either. He won't go and debunk it. I agree some of it's about certain things and shipping and different things, but nah, bro. This is some real shit. Like adverse possession. They always cringe at that. Because there's little statutes on adverse possession. They're like, oh yeah, but it's still theft, but adverse possession, state statute 871, whatever, you know what I mean? And they're like, well, yeah, but still, someone could still, but they died. No heirs. Nobody wants it. I contacted them. They have no rights to it to even sell it. They thought the county had it. oh yeah, oy vey, I'm not, no, you need to get an attorney and you need to get a realtor and give them power of attorney and you need to just buy a home for $500. This is not what it means to be a goy slave. You gotta waste your life away with an 80-year mortgage. You're gonna get the same house as your next door neighbor for free? Yeah, I thought about it. I watched a guy in Texas or wherever do it with a mansion. That's what I'm saying. We should all be adverse possessing. A house for us, some family, and for the homeless. Like good homeless people. If you're a bum and a crackhead, get gone. Unless you can like talk them into like, hey look, let's get you clean and get you working for me doing something legit. If you check out and don't rob me and don't fucking get lit, you stay sober, then maybe we get you a house. I don't know, but I think like solve homelessness with adverse possession. I didn't think of that. We're all kind of thinking it, bro, but somebody put the numbers in a YouTube comment on the shorts. Yeah, basketball. I said screw it and went and bought the MIAA for the rest of the year. I kept putting it off a few months. Said screw it, I'm not going to be able to go to any of these games. I like D2 sports better. There's no agenda. It's not that big. You're not paying $30, $20 for a can of beer. You're paying regular inflated $3, $4 prices or whatever, $2. I don't know if they have $2 beer anymore. Bring back $2 beers. Bring back dollar beer nights, certain nights of the week. I think football games should, if they used to do stuff like that in the past, but Thursday games aren't that common, and especially D2, you might have one or two a year. I think that'd be the perfect time to have $2 beer and have a dollar beer night. Or even if it's $3 now, whatever, just a dollar beer night. Move more beer, get people in the habit of buying more amounts of beer there. And then boom, when a Saturday gig comes there, they'll habitually just like, wait a minute, it'll be this feeling like, what the fuck? Less beer for, hang on, I need more beer. I guess it was dollar beer night. And then they'll pay the $3 price on a Friday. I mean, come on, it's genius. Like, come on, UCO. You see the hat, you see the drip. You gotta get that down, get more stuff, get all your concession open. Get that other side back open on the home and the way, whatever. And just have it like you're fucking packed. But now it still low-key feels like a big high school game. Like towards the end, it gets that empty feeling, like, you know, when you're walking around. But I want stuff to do. The game's cool, the concession's cool. A little place to buy shirts, but shit, you should have shit all over, you know, or a big store. Build a building right there for them. You know what I'm saying? I think that shit's gonna be, we're going D1. But back to this guy. I don't remember what my point was. This guy's just not gonna explain nothing.
License and driving a registered vehicle. Both Wogerman and Nabosny were arrested for resisting deputies.
I just got pulled over.
Hey, so the reason why I'm stopping you, boss, I didn't recognize the tag that was on your vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have your driver's license registration with you?
Here you go. I got the paperwork right here. Where's the paperwork at, Michelle? Here. All right.
It's where?
Yeah, let me see.
Okay.
Here, she wants to talk.
It's on speaker.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, where's your driver's license, boss?
That's for this. No, I don't need my window down.
I'm sorry, so do you have a driver's license?
Yeah, right there.
Okay, what's your name, boss? I don't see your name on here. Can you point it to me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not how this works. Where's your name at?
I'm just getting him the paperwork.
Ma'am, if he refuses to identify himself in this traffic stop, it's going to be an issue.
Sir?
Uh-huh.
He is identifying as a national of the neutral power state. As you know.
It doesn't matter who he identifies as. He's operating a motor vehicle in the state of Florida, ma'am. The tag on his vehicle does not appear like it's proper back to any state. So it appears the vehicle is unregistered. Then on top of that, I come up here, I'm asking for his identification documents, and he's handing me a stack of the papers instead of a driver's license. So I'm concerned he might be driving without a driver's license, and his vehicle might be unregistered.
On his phone right now because he signed a heart treaty, and you are in violation of it right now.
Sir, what's your name?
Everything, right here.
Can I see your name, please?
Right here.
Where?
Right there.
Please point to it.
Right there.
Where's your name, sir? I don't
Right
see
there.
it. Are you the postmaster? That's what it says. Postmaster?
Yes, I am the postmaster.
All right, so is your first name Mark or your last name Mark?
No.
So nothing on here has
Right
your name.
there. Right there.
Is your Destiny
First name.
Mark? Destry? Is
Yep.
that how am I saying
Yep.
it? And what's your last name, boss? I can't see it.
Right there. Walgerman.
Walgerman? What's your date of birth, sir?
It's all right there.
It's not
I'm
on
not
there.
telling him anything.
All right. Well, this is the thing. If we cannot properly identify you, then there could be a potential issue for us coming up. Well, that's fine. He doesn't necessarily have to talk to me, but he does have to obey my lawful commands. Hey, Murphy.
Why is he looking at my truck for?
This is part of his job. Hey, Murphy, can you just switch with me real fast? All right, sir. This is kind of where we're at. So I checked the.
Hang on, Michelle. Hang on. Michelle, hang on.
So this is kind of where we're at. So I checked the VIN. The car is currently looks like it's unregistered. So if you don't have, do you have a Florida driver's license or a driver's license out of another state that I can check to ensure that you're a licensed driver?
Right there's all I got.
Okay, well, there's the problem. So I tried to search you up under this. I can't find anybody, I can't find you. So if I can't verify that you have a valid driver's license, then how am I supposed to let you drive off?
She's coming.
That's not gonna change anything.
He's saying I gotta have a valid driver's license.
To operate a motor vehicle in the state of Florida, yes, sir.
Okay, you're at Catalina and Howland.
Yeah.
Okay, sir, it's a simple question. Do you have a valid driver's license?
Right there's all my paperwork I got.
Okay.
She's coming.
All we're trying to do is just identify you, that's it, and then send you on your way. Is that your last name?
Yep.
Okay, is your ID through Florida? What state is it from? What state is it from?
Right there. She's coming to talk to me.
That's fine. What state is your ID from?
I don't have an ID. I was surrendering my ID, my birth certificate, and everything.
When you used to have an ID, what state was it from?
Colorado.
Colorado?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
What's that?
It won't register because it's fine. Here she is. She's right there.
That's fine. I don't need her actually, and she's not going to come over here. What is your date of birth? Okay.
Does that make sense?
Not at all.
All this. I know.
Destry, hop on out.
I'm not. Why do I need to get out of my car? Have I done something wrong? Wait. Whoa. Before you drag me out of the car, what have I done?
Hop out of the car.
I've done something wrong.
You're failing to identify yourself.
That's not a law. That's not a misdemeanor. It's not a law. Hey, don't get in my car. What are you guys doing? What's this? They're jerking me out of the fucking car, Michelle.
Get out.
They're getting me out of the car. All right, I'm getting out. All right, I'm getting out.
Stop pulling away from me.
You guys are jerking me around. You guys are jerking me around.
Look over. I got you.
All right. Well, I'm not jerking around.
Now you're under arrest, buddy.
Damn. Now I show my.
We have the right to privacy. He doesn't have to identify himself, but nope, he's going to jail for it. Violation of the Privacy Act and the Fifth Amendment, the right to privacy, all that bullshit. Doesn't exist. It's proof right there. Was he on drugs? Was he hitting the pipe? Does it smell like weed? Was he speeding? Oh, I couldn't get your information and find out where you live, your address, and I couldn't stalk you because you had this weird plate on. The sovereign citizen plate or whatever he's calling it. You know, as I'm itching my hand. My left hand's itching, so something's gonna happen.
He is not a federal offense. You tell me. Not an ID state.
Separate your feet, boss.
Not an ID state here. And I don't go for certain seats.
Okay. Yes. Do you want to talk to him or not? If not, we're going to get him out of here. We're trying to give you the keys. Hey, what?
Hey, watch your back.
Why are you calling myself? Because I have a phone number for him.
Unlock this door now.
No, I'm not gonna unlock. You.
Get out.
We
break it?
Open the door, now. Yes, so. Now get out. Get out. Get out of the car. Oh, shit, stop it. Is anybody else covered in blood? This is my blood. All right, I don't know. Laceration and fired. Non-emergency. Okay, just clean out the
This happened in Florida. Florida is in the 11th Federal Circuit, so to find the applicable federal constitutional law,
Wake up. Some nightmare we're living in, bro. You're missing the point, bro. Jail? Jail? Because you couldn't spy on this guy's information? Jail? The right to privacy, the Fifth Amendment, the not a stop an ID state, gone? Jail? He needs a license or jail? That's not policing for profit? It's not a violation of... Oh my God, something.
law, you look first, of course, to the U.S. Supreme Court and then to the 11th Circuit, then elsewhere. The federal courts in Florida and the 11th Circuit have addressed sovereign citizen arguments many times. One recent case out of the U.S. District Court for the Middle District of Florida, Ford versus Antonides, issued October of 2022, alleges basically the same facts that we have here in this video. There, in that case, the plaintiff, Tyree Ford, filed a pro se civil rights lawsuit, a Section 1983 case, from Lee County Jail, alleging that he was unlawfully arrested after a traffic stop, seeking $2 million in damages. But the court wrote that instead of alleging facts showing that the stop of his car was somehow improper, leading to a claim for false arrest or false imprisonment, plaintiff bases his claims against the defendant officer on an argument that he was immune from the traffic stop because he displayed a sign on his car informing her that he was a traveler, not for hire, private property. This argument is similar to those espoused by self-proclaimed sovereign citizens, as explained in a 2019 Law Review article. Then the court cites this law
A judge or a prosecutor's opinion post-CHEVRON. Anyway, not a fact. You go to the Supreme Court, and then you went to the Middle District of Florida. District. Anyway, maybe not. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe there's multiple Supreme Courts, but damn, cuz. They're just saying a bunch of things, man. Supreme Court rule, even cops are saying we have the right to travel. Lawyers and other things.
Review article. Here's what it says. The most common type of sovereign citizen claim encountered by local and state police, as well as federal border patrol agents, is the, quote, right to travel. Citing the Constitution, Supreme Court cases, and a plethora of other sources, sovereign citizens believe that they are not required to have driver's license plates, vehicle registration, or to stop at border or sobriety checkpoints. Similar to other claims, sovereign citizens discussing the, quote, right to travel place special emphasis on the words being used. They differentiate between a driver and a traveler, an automobile and a motor vehicle, commercial and non-commercial, and public versus private conveyances. Once a sovereign citizen claims that he or she is merely a traveler or traveling, he or she then uses federal and state cases to support the, quote, right to travel. Sovereign citizens also believe the right to travel constitutes a complete bar on government interference with travel in the absence of probable cause or evidence that a victim has been harmed. These types of claims that a plaintiff is entitled to different treatment as a, quote, sovereign citizen are routinely rejected by federal courts as frivolous. Then the court cites United States versus Sterling, 11th Circuit, 2013. Again, that is the applicable federal jurisdiction here. That case notes that so-called sovereign citizens are individuals who believe they're not subject to court's jurisdiction and that courts have summarily rejected their legal theories as frivolous. That court also cites another federal circuit, United States versus Benabe, 7th Circuit, 2011, which describes the conduct of a sovereign citizen and collects cases from around the country rejecting.
He's cherry picking. This is all before Chevron. This is before people knew what was going
as frivolous and recommending that sovereign citizen arguments be rejected summarily. So this is the case law. You will see in all these sovereign citizen cases out of the 11th Circuit, every single one.
We're not claiming to be sovereign citizens.
One is rejected as frivolous, then citing those cases so they don't have to repeat themselves in every case. Back to this case, the court concluded that nothing alleged in plaintiff's lawsuit even remotely suggests that he was entitled to relief against a defendant police officer under these theories. And as noted, plaintiff's sovereign citizen argument has been soundly rejected by the federal courts. Accordingly, all claims against the defendant police officer are dismissed from this action as frivolous and for failure to state a claim on which relief may be granted. So again, this is a recent federal lawsuit, same basic set of facts by a sovereign citizen. The courts basically laugh at it and throw it out. But there are many more cases just like this one using a lot of the same language. Every one of them dismisses the arguments as frivolous and then quickly moves on. So that's just the 11th Circuit. It's the same around the country. So to answer your question, no, there's nothing to it. That's not to say that I don't think Thomas Jefferson is likely rolling around in his grave at the idea of the government requiring license plates and licenses to operate his carriage. But that is the reality that we live in. State law could vary as far as licensing laws and all that, but to my knowledge, there's not a single federal case anywhere in the country where a sovereign citizen has prevailed on these same arguments. They may have prevailed for other reasons. I've also seen videos where cops decide it's just not worth the hassle of dealing with the individual and let them go. But just go ahead and research it yourself. The case law is absolutely full of people who are in prison being told that they're wrong about their arguments, that the courts do have jurisdiction over them. I mean, they are sitting in prison.
Yeah, bullshit.
If you know of a case where a sovereign citizen...
Chris Hauser, yeah, a bunch of them. We're not claiming to be sovereign citizens. They're stupid. That's what I'm getting at, man. I don't even want to keep going. What are we doing here?